What is up, bros and broettes? We are back at again today with a day off. So let's explore the Crowsnest Past, Frank Slide, and Lundbreck Falls. So it was actually my mom's birthday weekend, and we thought as a family we should take her out to do something special. There's this waterfall that's about an hour and a half away from where we live that she's never been to, and we thought we would just make a trip to the Crowsnest Past, which is an hour and a half away, and then check out the waterfall as well. And here I am stuck in the back seat, super cramped, super uncomfortable, super hot, and I thought I was going to throw up actually. And this is the types of terrain that I live in, and you can see how it changes when we drive like about an hour away. Crowsnest Pass is a lot more lush, a lot more trees, whereas I have basically, where we live is basically prairies, dirt, and nothing fancy, just dry land. And you might notice a lot of these boulders just hanging around. That's actually from a mountain, the name says Frank Slide, so it's actually from rock slide from Turtle Mountain, which is right here, and you can tell from the left side it's a little slope. That's where all the rock slide was. And so there's a town by there about 15 minutes away, and it's called Blairmore, so we went to go check that out to have lunch. And we found this nice little cozy cafe that's called the Stone Throw Cafe, family owned, really cozy, and all the food was homemade. I got a veggie hummus wrap, 9 out of 10, really good, and an Italian soda with it. Best wrap I've ever had. It would have been a 10 if there was a bit more variety in the veggies, but it was pretty good. And we're gonna explore the town. The town is really small. It's about 2,000 people as a population, and you can walk the entire town in 10 minutes or less. It's not that big, but I do like these little small town type of places. It's kind of cozy. And we found the Crowsnest Candy Company. It's a tiny little candy store that has candy from all over the world, and I believe they make their own candy as well here, but super expensive. It was like $5 for a bag of Skittles. So here we are, just walking further down and pretty much hit the end of Blairmore, so we're gonna head out to Frank Slide from here. So we made it to the next destination, which is Frank Slide, and to the right is like the information center, and then to the left is the trail that goes down, and we thought we would just do the trail. And this is Frank Slide, and you can tell from that Turtle Mountain portion where the boulders came tumbling down from. And just hear some trail facts about it. It's about a 20-minute hike, but we took our time, so it was like more of a 35-40 minute hike. And you can stop to pause and read the information on here, so you can kind of get a gist of everything if you're interested. So we're kind of at the beginning point of the trail. It heads down, and if you look at the size of these boulders, they are huge. Fun fact, there was a town underneath Turtle Mountain, and in the morning the rock slide happened. So it's crazy. Part of the town is underneath all these boulders, and about 100 people died from this rock slide. It's kind of crazy to think about that. You go to sleep at one night and then you just don't wake up the next morning because you were just crushed by a whole bunch of boulders, and you can see how far that rock slide actually slid through. And yeah, most of the town got destroyed, but the other half, they moved it to the other side of the mountain. But it's crazy to think that underneath all this, there's a town with 100 people trapped under there. Well, not trapped anymore, but it's kind of crazy how this is kind of like a little cemetery as well as a trail. And we're just making down the trail at this point, and there's like a lot of vegetation that came tumbling down from the mountaintop. So all this trees, all this vegetation is actually from the mountain that was on top of the mountain. And then once all the rocks came down, it brought in the ecosystem with it, which is pretty cool, because then you get plants and animals that were not at the bottom, they're all at the top. So the habitat, the ecosystem of the mountain came down, and now it's growing up below on the surface. And then those numbers are just kind of points of where we are. I think there's about 20 of them, just to kind of get a grasp of how far you've walked. So we made it to the end of the trail, and now we just have to hike all the way up to the top, and then we'll be done walking this trail. It actually loops to the parking lot where we came from. Pretty convenient. We made it back safe and sound. So we thought we'd check out the other side of the information center. We didn't go in or anything like that, but they do have a lot more information about the Frank slide. And I thought I'd do a quick pump check with the Turtle Mountain to see how I look. So yeah, if you guys want to pause the read, you can read more about the Frank slide and what happened. The whole history of everything. I believe there was a couple. There's a couple of mines around here as well, about 15-20 minutes away, and they believe that it was a blend of mining and an earthquake and just environmental type stuff that brought the rock slide down. And I believe in the mines so this population of town was 600 people, and then there was a mining There was a mine where there was an explosion and about 300 people died in that mine. So they moved everything over to another part of the mountain. So it's pretty crazy with the history of this mountain and everything that you've learned. So hopefully you enjoy reading the information. So now we are just heading to our other destination. So we're leaving Frank Slide, and I believe there's like a ghost town along the way, but we passed that. And then there was a couple of mines that we passed, so there wasn't enough time to check them out. But you can just see how far that rock slide just ran through. So we made it to our next destination, Lundbreck Falls, and this is kind of like a hidden gem, just tucked away in like out of sight. And I actually didn't know about this until a friend told me about it, and it's actually pretty cool. When there's like a little waterfall just in the middle of nowhere for everyone to check out. When where I'm from is just basically sand, grass, and dirt, and nothing fancy. So this is kind of a sight to see, just tucked away in the middle of nowhere. And another quick pump check for the waterfall. People down there were chilling, so another quick look, and then we're probably just gonna head down there just to see how it is. So this part doesn't actually lead down, so it's actually on the other side. So just another viewpoint, and then we're just gonna head over to where those stairs are. This leads nowhere actually, just kind of dead end. We made it to the other side, down to the bottom. Not a bad sight. People were just chilling out, and it was super hot. I believe it was like 35 degrees, so it was nice having a nice cool breeze of water down over here. Super busy too. I think we got here at 2 p.m. so it was jam-packed, super hot and jam-packed. So it'd be better to go early in the morning when there's not a lot of people around. But yeah, it was hard to find a parking spot, hard to get around with so many people. So yeah, made it to the end, and it was pretty cool. I was getting wet from being too close to the waterfall, but hopefully you guys enjoyed spending the day, and we're just gonna head back home from here, and hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.